The Security Escort platform is a unique multi-user help call asset tracking system. It identifies small and easy-to-carry transmitters held by people or placed on items. The Security Escort software can support up to 60,000 transmitters. The customizable output, the display to the end user, can integrate with camera call-up using most any VMS. You can integrate it into serial relays, or pretty much anything that can take a serial string output that is customizable to their system. The Bosch Security Escort system applications. Security Escort typically gets used in a student, officer, employer, or staff safety, carrying around normal panic devices in case they get threatened. Optionally, you could turn on student, officer, employee, and staff tracking. We also have the ability to do guard tour, man down, facility security, as in a normal alarm panel scenario, transmitter wandering, meaning if a transmitter goes into an area it's not supposed to, or leaves an area that it's not supposed to leave, and asset tracking. The Security Escort software is a Windows-based only software. It has a master computer and a slave computer and 8 additional workstations. If using a Microsoft Surface Pro, you can make one of your workstations a portable tablet desktop. The idea is that it shows you graphically the area of coverage for the Security Escort system. It is the key component that ties all of the hardware together. It displays an alarm and updates the alarm location every 7 seconds. When the alarm is located in an actual alarm area to perform other functions, you can integrate this with third-party hardware or software to send out pages, email, text messages, call up cameras, or any other third-party integration that can take a serial string output. On this screen, we're showing an alarm activated by a person in a hallway. If this were an actual moving alarm, this alarm would update every 7 seconds. This is the alarm activation window. This shows the number of people currently in alarm. And this window shows the alarm location. Below the alarm location is the description of the person or thing or item that is currently in alarm. You process this alarm by pressing acknowledge and then properly resetting it with a password. Security Escort System Installation Wiring. A couple things that you want to note about the chart below. The SE485 absolutely needs to run on 2 twisted pair. Also, the receivers, which have a 3,000 foot maximum, is based on solid 18 gauge wire. Security Escort Transponder Wiring. When wiring from the transponder to the receiver or to an output module, you can daisy chain or T-tap, but it is required to have 18 gauge solid core wire. The same thing applies for the Security Escort Transponder Wiring using the SE485 loop. You can run it in daisy chain or T-tapping, but you need to also follow its twisted pair. Security escort, receiver layout. When mounting the receivers inside a multi-story building, the receivers must be mounted from 5 to 6 foot on a wall. When they are mounted in that location on that floor, the next floor above must have a receiver in the exact same location. There is a 3-foot variance, so that if you need to go across the hall because there isn't a wall on that side, that is fine. In a single-story facility, you can mount more towards the top of the wall as long as the wall does not exceed 12 foot or 4 inches below ceiling tile or hard rock ceiling. Please take care to stay away from metal objects, wire mesh, metal foil, metal pipes, and HVAC ducting in walls, as that can inhibit the RF signal from propagating to the receiver, or it can also cause an echo effect of RF to travel between floors more freely. Security escort, receiver layout, outdoor receivers. When placing receivers outside of the facility building, the normal spacing is between 100 and 300 foot between the receivers, depending on the availability of mounting. Please take care to keep line of sight between the receivers and to make sure that receivers are not mounted in such an area where the RF signal could be blocked. Metal buildings, metal staircases, metal fences, etc. Receivers that are within 100 feet of the building need to make sure that you calculate the space correctly from the building to the outside so that you have proper coverage and transition from the building to the outside of the facility. Security escort location accuracy. The security escort system uses RF transmissions to identify where the transmitter is located. When the system is set up correctly, the alarm location is within 20 feet of the actual alarm, meaning that the alarm dot that is presented to you on the screen is within 20 feet of that alarm and should be encompassed inside the alarm dot. When outside coverage is calculated, it's within 40 feet because of the wider distance in receiver spacing. Security escort, receiver layout, boundary areas. The security escort alarm cannot track or locate the alarm past the last row of receivers. What this means is if you only have protection inside the building and no protection outside the building, like the image shows below, if you had an incident in the parking lot, the receivers are omnidirectional, but they do not know the difference between north, south, east, and west. They can only calculate against other receivers that are in the area. So if you had an incident in the parking lot, the receivers inside the building would hear the alarm, and the alarm dot would locate inside the building.